welcome back to Wendy's Colouring, and today I have a box of things for us to have a look at. So as you probably did guess from the thumbnail, I have ordered a new set of pencils, so I've not even looked in it myself, so who knows what state it's arriving in. Well, it's not too bad. Oh, bubble wrap. Ripped bubble wrap. Oh, let's get rid of that. My dog's like, don't put that on my head. Okay, so I have a is it ripped? Oh no, it's just a bit of print. It's not ripped. So we have a nice bubble wrapped box, which is quite rare for the Amazon in the UK. We normally only get paper packaging now, so it can go in our recycling. Oh, yeah, we'll break into this, I think. Oh, sorry. They've gone a bit sellotape crazy. Easier said than done. We'll do it the easy way. Chop it. Oh no, small plastic underneath. How much plastic do they need? Well, I suppose they should be. Let's get rid of that as well. Oh, it's got cute bunnies on the box. Yeah. Now, I did not. I don't have the 72 version of these. I've ummed and ahed over it for quite a while, and by the time everybody was like, yeah, these are amazing, I was like, oh, perhaps I should have got them. And then I started hearing whispers that they were going to do this box, the 120, so then I was like, okay, well, if they're going to do, oh, it's 126, not 120. See, I'm wrong already. I thought if they're going to do a new version, well, I may as well wait for the new one. So 126, 3.8mm cores, highly saturated pigments, wide range of colours, break resistant, easy to blend. So I obviously have no idea, because I didn't have the other ones, what these are like. I know everybody was saying they were nice and soft, so hopefully they are. The usual Arrtx thank you card. I think it's a little bit pearlescent actually, this box. I'm just looking at it under the lights. It's got a little bit of a nice pearlescent sheen to it with the happy bunnies. Yeah, and then they do have a little bit of a smell. I don't mind a bit of a pencil smell though. I wouldn't describe it as, yeah, I'd describe it more chemically than wood, if I'm honest. And yeah, obviously you've got this stand-up style that I think the other box had. So this time you've got, just see if I can get it so you can see. It's got 3 rows of holes, so it's not all one big hole. You've basically got a run of a hole that runs all the way along there, and then another run, and then another run, if that makes sense. Let's take 3 out, see if I can get it so you can see the hole. It's very difficult because even though I've got lights on, it's a very dull day today. You can just about see, can't you? It's got 3 little holes that they're sitting in. So yeah, and then the actual pencils, what have we got on them? I should have picked my glasses up, excuse me while I reach and get them, because I've no doubt the print will be unreadable to my old beads. Yeah, small, tiny, reflective print. My favourite, goodness, turquoise light. If there's a number on there, I'm struggling to read it. I'm presuming there will be. And then the Arrtx colour pencil. But yeah, that print is pretty small. I can't even read that on my camera on the screen, let alone with my own eyes. Small and reflective equals useless. Peach Puff, the other one. Oh, I can just about see 80, 30, 11, but the blue one I can't read at all. I can just about see 80, but I think that's because I already know what it is. Yeah, so they've got names and numbers. I can just about read the names. Numbers, I think, are going to be a bit more tricky on some colours. That one's okay. 1023, Chromium Deep. So they've got this little star pattern on. And obviously, Arrtx colour pencil. I am curious now, though. What do they feel like? Oh. Yeah, they are quite nice. We've got something a bit darker to see how that goes together. Just trying to think what they remind me of, really. Definitely not as soft as Prisma. I've heard a lot of Prisma conversations. And I don't think they're as, well, for these two that I've picked up at the moment, I don't think are quite as strongly pigmented as Prisma. But they're not bad for a cheap pencil. They do have quite a nice feel. Just seeing how reflective that wax is. It's not too bad, not too bad. Not sure what I think. What I think about this stand-up box things, because these two boxes are not connected when you put the lid on. So when you try and pick this up again, you've got to pick both the boxes up together, otherwise you're going to lose one. I'm not sure how practical I think this is day to day as a storage plan, but it is nice on your desk, isn't it? I get how it's, you know, it's easy to spot a colour and grab one, and colour palette looks nice, doesn't it? All lined up, let's put it that way, because it's a bit easier for you to see them all. Colour palette looks nice, I think, like that. Some quite nice purples, I do love purples, and some quite lighter tone purples. Not a huge amount of pinks, it's too pinky, maybe a little bit there, we'll see. Colour-wise it says on the back, I think, doesn't it? So, yeah, it's not a bad selection looking at that, but yeah, we've got loads of purpley blue tones and then just very few little pinky colours, but maybe that'll make more sense when we see them in real life on another paper. But yeah, this is my first impression, because like I say, I don't have the other ones. I hadn't seen the other ones in real life, other than obviously same as the rest of us looking on YouTube to see what they're like. So yeah, I was quite interested to see what they're like. I use my Arrtx experts a lot. I don't know what's going on with Arrtx in the UK, but we don't seem to be getting stock of hardly anything, hardly any of the time. I think I've put that in back to front and it's bugging me, I keep spotting it. So yeah, I'm kind of short quite a few colours on my Arrtx's that I've used quite a lot. And we used to be able to buy them in threes, didn't we? But that seems to have vanished, or at least here in the UK it is. And the big packs seem to have been out of stock, well, most of the year. So I'm like, well, I'm not going to be able to get the stock. It's not really much use. So I am looking for something on the cheaper side that will definitely replace my Arrtx set, really, because, like I say, yeah, I'm becoming a bit annoyed with them. I've been wanting those glittery gel pens that are like the Pentel ones. They've not been in stock all year. I know they have in the US, but not here. And if I try and buy it from the US, we'll just get charged shocking postage. So I'm like, no. I'm just not going to get them. Right, so anyway, instead of moaning about Arrtx, get on with what the job is in hand. So I have, as you can see, prepped myself a little colour swatch. I'm going to put you on super fast forward so that you don't have to endure me spending all day filling in 126 blanks, because that's, yeah, not that entertaining probably, is it? But yeah, so far I'm quite excited to have a go and use these. They look interesting. They seem quite nice on this little textured pad that I have next to me. So this paper that I am using here, just in case you want to know, is literally my cheapy Daily Rowney drawing. I think it's just cartridge paper, so 120 GSM, £75. And yeah, it just has a little bit of a texture on it. I think generally that works better. So yeah, I'm going to swatch them all, and oh, you've gone all out of focus, come back. swatch them all, and yeah, then I'll come back and see what I think, see how I think they've gone, and then I might try a little bit of a quick colour in my new little RJ Hampson, because we've got this nice little intro page, so I might just do a couple of presents or something in them and see what we think about that as well at the end. But yeah, I'll bung you on fast forward and try not to take all day swatching these. See you later. Hopefully it won't be long for you, but it's going to be a while for me, I suspect. I just need a pen to write the colours on with. If I can find one, that one will do. See you in a bit. Okay, so we're back from the swatching. I make a bit of room, get rid of pen and other rubbish. Yeah, and there we are. I've knocked my camera, I think, at some point. Sorry. I'll try and get this a bit more square. Yeah, what do I think? I really like the colour palette. I think the colour choices are really quite nice. Yeah, I love all this column. Some of these kind of mulberry red purples. Not every set that I own has those kind of shades. I really like them. I think they're really useful colours. Nice selection of reds into oranges. There was one of the oranges, I think, as I was doing it, the barrel didn't match anywhere near the actual pigment, and this pastel green was exactly the same. Can I find it? Oh yeah, it's the... So this is the actual pencil, but as you can see, the lead is this green here. Pastel green, doesn't match at all. And there, yeah, I think there were about 4, I think, when I was going through that were like clearly nowhere near the colour that it actually came out as, so it's just something to be aware of. But yeah, I think it's a really beautiful range of greens, really nice range of browns. They haven't gone crazy with the greys. We don't need 10-15 greys, do we, in the main? So I would say, I mean, one of these is blue anyway, pigeon blue, and it is in the blue. You've got a couple that I would say are definitely in the brown down here. I think they're calling this a warm grey, but it kind of looks brown in real light. Same with the Van Dyke, well, it is Van Dyke brown, that's definitely a brown. So you've only really got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I would say are a true grey. You've got this another cadet blue that's kind of into a bluey grey. So yeah, a little bit limited on greys, but that suits me fine. I don't use a huge amount of greys. I think a lot of sets have too many greys in. I'd rather have more colour. But yeah, I was a bit worried in the greens when I was up here, because I was like, oh, these are very unnatural greens. But then obviously it went on to some really nice greens. I like this. I wouldn't call it lime peel, but I like this colour they're calling lime peel. And then, yeah, a lot of the greens that I use a lot in a lot of the colourings that I do. Blues. Blues are okay. I think there's a reasonable good selection of blues. Oranges, obviously you've got a chunk here and you've got a chunk here. You've got some tones here that you could use as skin tone. But I also thought these two you could use with skin tone, and obviously some down here as well. So overall, I think it's a really nice balanced set of colours. I wouldn't have bothered personally with the fluorescence. Which of us uses fluorescence in colouring? Probably very few. Same with the gold and silver. I know it's always a bit of a contentious issue, isn't it? Like, I never use a gold and silver pencil personally. I think I'd have rather had 5 pastel tones than these 5 personally. But again, some of you may disagree. Totally get that. Overall, I think this is a really nice colour palette. I think it's really balanced. There's a lot going on. I think they seem to have crammed in a lot of really useful colours into this palette. Sometimes I've got 120 sets in some colours that I think, oh, I feel like I'm still missing so many colours. I don't feel like this. I feel like these have really ticked the boxes quite nicely on the colour palette. I like that part of them a lot. Downsides, well, downsides was what I was already talking about before we even started, is this. Like, oh, my camera is actually zooming into it, but the camera zoomed in and it's still not easy to read. 33, is it 99? I'm not even sure. And the same with the names. They're so small. Like, my eyesight is not bad. Most of the time I don't need to wear my glasses at all. I only kind of makeup things, and us ladies know how small they write things on makeup things and daft things like that that are really like 2-point or 5-point size text. These are just too small, really just too small. When you're trying to find a colour, that is not going to be useful at all. It's really not. You can just about make out the actual name when you get the light shining on it in a good angle. But I think, if I'm honest, whilst I was doing this swatch, that's been the most frustrating thing out of doing this. Is the numbers in particular have drove me nuts. Thankfully, they're on the back of the box here because there were so many that I just could not see. And then I got to a point somewhere, where is it? Yeah, here. Lavender and wisteria. Wisteria, I think, should have been, let me check, let me find my place on the box. 41, this is what I mean. They driving me nuts, this box. Can't even find it now. 41, 22, 41. Should have put a sticker on it, shouldn't there? Something. Oh, goodness. But this is what I mean. There was a bit here that should have been, I think it should have been 41.39 on the pencil, but it definitely doesn't say that on the wisteria. It says 41.40, and lavender also has 41.40. So for a while I was like, have I picked the wrong pencil up? What have I done now? Alright, I'm gonna have to go back to the box before and make sure what I've done, before I realise that these two both have the same number printed on them, but you can't see it very well, so it's very tricky to find out. So yeah, the numbers are effectively useless. You can't read them. You're not going to be able to identify a pencil from them. The names are a little bit easier to read, so that will be helpful. But I'm seriously thinking, in order to use this set and it not drive me mad, I think I'm going to put numbers on the top in a Sharpie or something, because I don't want to have to pick my glasses up to read the micro text every time I want to find out whether that's peach or light peach. Come on, Arrtx. You're not telling me... well, you've printed two the same, so clearly you couldn't read it either. Why didn't you do it that size? It's not much to ask, is it? I get you had to get your little barcode on, but you could have put your barcode further round. Or, I don't know, just... yeah, that is the one thing that has frustrated me so badly with these, that I just feel the numbers are a bit too small. Excuse me while I'm reaching for another bit of paper. Numbers are a bit too small. That has drove me nuts. The other thing that you can probably clearly see from mine is that this is I wouldn't describe this as a textured paper, but it has a little bit of tooth to it. And as you can see, it's giving quite a grainy finish. Now, I'm guessing if I was to... can I reach one? If I was to get a blender on it, I'm guessing these will flatten quite easily. Yeah, it will. So you can flatten the text out. You can flatten that texture out a little bit. I personally don't like my colourings if you can still see that kind of texture, but as you can see there, which I just do dark green, I've just done, this is just one of the, well, there you go, Derwent blender. This is just a Derwent blender, and that's flattened it straight away to get rid of that white. And you obviously on all of these swatches you can see quite a bit of that texture. I was just going to get a paper that was a little bit smoother to see whether that continued. Oh, it is better. It's better on smoother. So I think these, well, particularly if like me, you don't want that white papery texture to come through. I think they suit a smoother paper a little bit more, unless you're, like me, going to go over back with a blender, so you're not too fussed. But they are a very nice pencil. I think for the money, these are quite a nice little buy. They did remind me, the more I used them, the more I thought, oh, these are definitely reminding me of something that I have. And I have this, I think these are a 72, these Cooliar pencils. And I thought, I think these are similar. So, yeah, I have just pulled out the set of these. Got no room for them on my desk, but I have just pulled them out just to see. Yeah, these feel very similar to each other. Let me just do one of them. Yeah, they feel the same. So I would say if you have these, and I know not a huge amount of people have these, but these Cooliar Imaginor, that I can never say, these feel pretty much the same as these to me on this paper. very, very similar. Obviously there's only 72 of the colour you are. These are a really nice pencil, by the way. That's no downside that I'm comparing them to those. But yeah, if you haven't got any of the Arrtx and you want to have an idea of what they feel like, yeah, I think they feel pretty much the same. Yeah, I do like them though. I do. Let me put those back in there. I'm not as much of a lover of this. It's fine on the front row and fine on the back row because you can turn it around, but when you're in the middle, down here, and you're trying to find that pesky hole down there, and you're just stabbing about in the dark, yeah, it's a bit annoying, isn't it, that? I suppose it's nice because you can kind of have them, you could have them kind of sideways on your desk like that, couldn't you, in front of you? Will they fall out? Ooh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Will they fall out though like that? Don't fall out. I suppose they're not as easy to get out of the box, are they, if they're on the side? Yeah. You can see them quite nicely like that, though. I'm asking for trouble doing asking for trouble putting them on the side. Yeah, maybe not, because if they all fall out in a minute, I've not got them in order and I'd have to read all those numbers again. But, yeah, I'm really quite pleased with these Arrtx 120s. I've obviously swatched all of this 2 boxes. I've broken the swatch rule and I have not. I feel like we're not straight because we're not straight. Sorry, that must have been very annoying. Yeah, I've swatched the whole of this box and I've broken the swatch rule because I did not sharpen them. I did not. And yeah, I did not need to sharpen them. So yeah, I don't know if I'll keep them in this box arrangement, but I have to say this box arrangement with its nice foam in the bottom has definitely kept this box of pencils in really good nick. I sharpened one pencil, this top one, whatever it was, dark umber, and it wasn't snapped. It just felt like it had a little crack on the end of the lead, so it was just making a funny mark. I could have still carried on, but yeah, I don't think that's bad going. A full set of swatches, I haven't sharpened any of them. I don't feel it's been a problem. I've still managed, even though these aren't the biggest of little spaces that I've just worked in. Yeah, I'm really quite pleased. I got these yesterday. There was a voucher if you're in the UK. I've obviously not looked today whether it's still in there, so you can get a bit of a discount on them. Obviously Arrtx stuff, vouchers, discounts come up very often, don't they? That's the bonus of this brand. But yeah, I was really pleased. I hadn't got the smaller set, like I said earlier, so this has been a whole new learning curve for me personally with them. And yeah, I'm really pleased. I think I'm definitely going to get a case for them. I don't think I can live with the boxes, but I am thinking I might keep these boxes on my desk as a kind of box that I put pencils in that I'm actually working with. So when I've got a set of 5 out, they'll go in these little foamy stand-up things, because normally when I'm working, I don't know about anybody else, but when I'm working on a piece, yeah, I've got like a world of pencils just all over my desk. So I'm thinking these might actually be a solution to that problem, even if my Arrtx aren't going to live in there permanently. But all in all, I'm quite impressed. I do prefer, personally, pencils that are more on the waxy side to the oily side, so I think these were always going to suit me a little bit more. I don't love the texture that they're leaving on this paper, and that might be a problem for me in some books, but there's only one way to find out, isn't there? If you're going to try and use them in a book, we need to try them in a book. So obviously delightful Amazon paper. Let me make a bit of space here, because I was working on a drawing before these arrived, and I have another set of pencils all over the desk that I don't want to put away because I'm in the middle of a piece on it. But I am going to give this a go. Where is my swatch sheet gone? I think we'll go with reds first, which tub. But yeah, this is where the problem's going to be, because matching up what I've got in here with what's actually on these is going to drive me nuts. So ideally I want some of those, but obviously I can't read them. Carmine, where's that? So that's further up, so that must mean Crimson. Crimson red. Yeah, we've got crimson red and crimson lake, just to make life tricky. I could do as rose red, I think, but will I be able to find it? Pale vermilion. So I'm way too far up. What's that one? Carmine. That will do. And we'll have one of these pinky colours. What's this? Pink, pink, pink. Where are you on my page? Oh, there. Yeah, that's do. We'll try with that. Let's try that. But yeah, I think this is going to be the long-term problem I can see with these. That I am going to label them some other way, I think, because like then you're looking at your swatch sheet, you want those colours. You're like, what is that? What is it? What is it? Hold on, I'll try and get it at the angle. No, Arrtx, come on. It's such a simple thing to have printed that a bit bigger. They drive you mad. Anyway, cut to the chase. Let's see what they're like on this present on some Amazon paper. Because this is what they're really for, let's be honest. Yeah, I quite like them on here. See, they're not leaving as much white on this paper as they were on my swatchy paper. I've not loved them on my swatchy paper, I've got to be honest. Drives me nuts. You can still see the bits of white on it. I've still not sharpened these, by the way. Now I'm actually doing a colouring. Still not sharpened them. Don't even care. Just a rule breaker. Yeah, I quite like these. They are nice to work with, aren't they? Yeah. And they do seem to layer quite nicely as well, considering they're waxy. They let you seem to build up quite a few little layers without too much complaint. Yeah. They are, however, in my way. Move, move, move. Doesn't matter how big a desk I get, I always seem to not have enough room. Is it just me? Am I just messy? Does everybody else suffer with not enough room on my desk? But yeah, I've had a bit of an Arrtx week, really. Obviously, I bought that extended set of the paint pens the other day because I just really enjoy the paint pens, particularly at the price. And then obviously I saw these popped up as well, and I've been holding off getting the 72 since everybody's had the 72. Thought I'm not buying the 72 and then buying the 120 that's now 126, but obviously I didn't know that at the time. Because what am I going to do with the 72 then? They're just going to sit there and I'm not going to use them, so I banned myself from getting those, knowing that they were going to get these. So even though really I could have done without paying for these this month, because obviously we're near Christmas, it's the expensive time. I was like, nope, I've been waiting and not getting those for so long. I'm having them. Who cares? I'll worry about it another time. And yeah, I'm glad I did, because these are very nice. I like the colours, and this, that they're nice in my LJ Hampson books, is even better, because I do colour in my RJ Hampson books quite a lot, and my current go-to in my RJ Hampson is my Luminance, which is obviously not a cheap option for an Amazon book. So yeah, if these work. Just cut out the lines, sorry. Might actually need to sharpen it now though. Look, it's its first sharpening. Sharpens very nice, although I think it's a bit... it is looking like the lead's a bit off centre from its first sharpening, but sharpens nice. The wood seems okay. Let's be honest, there's bigger brands than this with off-centre leads. Let's not go there. I think we'll do the other one as well. That one has not sharpened quite as nice. Oh, there we are. It's just done that thing, you know, and it kind of helps if my camera would focus. Just because the wood's cracked a little bit there. I don't know if it's where the seam is or not, can't tell. Still sharpened okay though. Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? It's looking a bit darker when I'm looking at the monitor than it is in real life. I think it's a little bit brighter in real life than... Should we have the lid the same colour or something else? Decisions. Kind of think I want the lid a different colour. But what colour? I've just spoilt the choice. This is the trouble here. Absolutely spoilt the choice. I'm going to keep with the same colours because I think I'm going to do a green ribbon, and it's going to complicate things if I swap colours. And after swatching 126 pencils, I've not got much brain left for colour combinations, so we'll just go with these for now. So you know, as soon as I turn the camera off, I'm going to go through my Colour Imaginals and work out whether I've got any colours that are not in this Arrtx set and combine those two sets together, because they seem very, very similar to me, and those are nice pencils as well. So if there's different colours in those two sets, that's even better, gives me a few more shades, because I do like having a bit of choice in my coloured pencils. I always like having a pastel set with them as well, really. I'm wondering about me the Castle Art pastel set, because they're on the waxier side as well. I'm thinking they may work well together. Not that I use them a huge amount, I've got to be honest. Don't quite know why. I suppose because I have the Holbeins. And my Holbeins live on my desk, so they're within easy reach. But yeah, don't seem to have any struggle layering, keeping building colour. Even on the delightful Amazon paper. They're working quite nicely. And thankfully, no more of that paper texture. I was a bit worried it would do that in this, but it's nice and smooth. Okay, I could carry on, but I won't. I want some greens for my ribbon. What colour green do I want? I think I quite like this grass green, but the chances of me finding it are not high. Please be the grass green. No, what is that? Chromium oxide. Chromium oxide. Oh, that's... Which way is that way? Is it that way? Grass green. Woo, bingo. So I want that, and I want something lighter. Maybe that asparagus green. Which is that one? That one is lime peel. Oh, that's that one. So is it that one? Apple. That's it. Those will do. So I've pulled out lime peel that looks nothing like lime, let's be quite honest, apple green and grass green that I'm going to attempt to do the ribbon with, but because the ribbon's a bit finer, I am going to sharpen these because I need a finer point, I think. Okay. Oh, I've got a little label. Oh, is that a bit of the... No, I think that's a bit of the present there, look. Dope. Just well I didn't do that green then. He just like me to do it the wrong colour. Maybe needed something a little bit lighter for that highlighty bit, but we'll go with it for now. definitely a bit of a play anyway, isn't it? So I wonder how well a light. Let's try the white. Where is the white in the other box? Can't really tell whether that's making it any lighter or not. Might be a little bit. Alright, to compare it, there's my actual. Let's cheat and use my luminance. Oh no, that one's lighting it. No, my luminance white wins, but it is significantly more expensive, so it's not really surprising, that is it? I think I want something a little bit darker again. That might be a bit too dark. Oh no, it's not dark enough. Well. That was another example of you think the pencil's going to be dark when you pick it up, but then the lead is actually quite light. This one, oh, I'd love to tell you what it is, but oh, is it dark green? Dark green, I think. But yeah, considering these are waxy, still, I've put quite a lot of layers on this green already, because I've not been going over just once when I've been adding it. And it's still allowing me to keep adding all on, let's be honest, not the best paper going. So I don't think that's bad going, really. I will probably keep going and adding a few more layers on it, because that's around. But yeah, that's not a bad little bit of waxy shine that you've got, but all in all, yeah, I'm really pleased with these little Arrtx pencils. My biggest gripe is the naming, the size of the naming, but that's about all I can say that's bad about them. For the money, it's 126 pencils, and I think I've paid 60 quid today with my voucher thing. Yeah, I think that's pretty good going. I like how they work in Amazon paper. Let's be honest, how many books are on Amazon paper? So many of us use them, don't they? So I could have been putting some marker on this first and then worked over with these. I think these will work really nicely like that as well. Yeah, I'm really pleased with them. I bought them myself. They have not been sent to me. I've spent my own real money on these. But yeah, really very pleased. I think these are a great little buy if you're looking for some cheaper pencils. I think these are not a bad little, with the naughty bunnies on the front. What are these up to? They're just naughty. Pretty good, cheaper brand of pencil. I can't complain about those at all. Hopefully this might have been interesting to some of you. By all means, ask me some questions. Knowing me, I've probably missed something really obvious that somebody wants to know, because I'm an idiot like that. But yeah, let me know. I'm really pleased with these that I've bought, and hopefully I shall do a full page this month in RJ Hampson with them. That might be a better test of what I think of them. Not staying in these boxes though. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully it was helpful to you. Do let me know what you think. Interested to know. Is there anything else I can answer? Do ask me in the comments if you need to. But thanks for watching. Bye bye.